Alrighty, we're going to be installing a GFI receptacle. We're gonna wire it on this stud, then we're going to mount it up here because it's kind of up higher where I can't really reach that good. So first we'll take our box. We'll just temporarily tack it on here because it's not staying here, but I'm just going to put it on here to show you how to hook it up. On the back, you'll see where it says line and load. So here in the country I was born in, we use a 12 American wire gauge on 20 amps, 14 American wire gauge on 15 amps. Black is live, white is neutral, the bare or the green is the ground. So we'll score our wire, we'll come down here, we'll just score it lightly, and we'll go deeper here at the end. Get all our debris out. Get it nice and clean to put into our box. We'll strip our wire with our wire strippers. I take off only about a ½ an inch because we're using the pressure plate terminals. Okay, so we're gonna close our load terminals because we're not gonna hook up anything to the load side of this GFI, so the screws are out of the way of everything here. White goes on the silver screw, which is the wider slot or the T slot. Black goes on the brass screw, which is the narrow slot. The T slot is only if it's a 20 amp outlet. If it's not, if it's a 15 amp outlet, it'll just be the wider slot. But since this is a 20 amp, it'll be the wider slot with the T slot. So we'll put our white line where it says line. Make sure it's tight, like that. Get a nice solid connection. We'll flip it over here. We'll get our black under our brass colored terminal here. One nice thing about these terminals, you can put 2 wires under one pressure plate if you have to. Okay, so we'll make sure it's nice and tight. And we'll put our ground under our green screw here. Make sure the copper goes all the way up to the top there. And if it hops like a bunny rabbit, you grab your flathead screwdriver and you tighten it down. And now we could fold our wires into our box. So we'll go up and we'll go down with our black and white like this. Now we'll fold our ground wire to stay up away from everything here. So we'll zigzag, we'll shape it like that, and we'll put it into our box like this. We have it staying away from everything, but we're going to angle it up so it's going over this way some, like that. And our wire stays away from our terminals, and we'll screw it into our box here. Make sure it's nice and snug to our box. And now I can take it off of here. Our wire unrolled here. Here. I'm going to put it up here. I don't really want to put it up that way. I might just put it up this way. Yep. Okay, so we don't want to run the wire on the bottom here so it doesn't get banged into, so we're going to see if we have enough to keep it up above everything here. And we have just enough to get into this box right here. So we're going to go into this box, and we'll put a staple up here. Which is neutral, and our ground wire, which is very short. Rip a little bit of our jacket here. I leave it all together. Okay, so now we're ready to wire our splice up. First, we'll get our ground wires together. Oh good, we do have a little extra, it's a little longer than I thought it was, so we'll get them together here. so they're even. We'll put our red wire nut on. Fold it back into our box. Okay, we'll get our whites together here. Okay, make sure our wires are the same length here. Get our insulation even at the bottom here and our copper even at the top like this. Take our wire nut, make sure it grabs both wires. Make sure it's nice and tight. We can fold it back into our box. Make sure insulation is going up into the bottom of the wire nut. We folded this copper over so it doesn't, so that the wire nut grabs both ends, so I'll strip it to make it a little longer here. Make sure they're the same length, so we'll cut it so they're the same length like that. Okay, we'll get our insulation even at the bottom and our copper even at the end like that. Get our yellow wire nut on here. Okay, push this back into our box. Make sure insulation is going up into the wire nut. Which it is. We'll get one more staple back in here. Back there, we can damage the wire. And now we just simply, I'm going to show you the box, what it looks like, how I folded all the wires into the box. now we'll go test our GFI. Okay, so we'll hop up here and we'll test our GFI. This is for a sump pump. Oops, our breaker's not on.